Hello everybody, welcome back to Dorking Wanderers here on Football Manager 26 and the start of a brand new season. Yes, we are now in the National League. We won the National League South at, did we win it at a bit of a canter? Potentially. Last season we always looked and we kind of knew that we were going to win the league at the end of it with the form that we were in. But we are now in the National League. We're a bit of a smaller fish in a bigger pond this season. There's some big clubs in here. Carlisle, Crawley are in there. Forest Green, Hartlepool, Scunthorpe, who are going to be our first opposition today. Tranmere Rovers, Yeovil Town. It's going to be a tough season, but I am confident. I am confident that we are going to do okay. We've worked really hard in pre-season and we've made 10 new signings to bolster this squad in all positions. So let's not waste any time. Let's get straight into the transfer window and show you the activity that we did. Now, I would like to show you the outs in terms of the release players, but for some reason, the game won't let me. It's not keeping that sort of history. But there's no shocks in there, to be honest. So let's go right through. Let's have a look at all the signings that we have made. I'm trying to do this in... Oh, do you know what? We'll go down the list. We'll go down the list of players that we've had. So first player that we did manage to get through the door was Pemi Aderoju. He has come in from Peterborough United. We've managed to get him on a free. However, he had a few loans, but last season he was at our rivals, Eastbourne Borough, in the National League South, and he scored 25 goals in 48 games. We needed another player up top. We were kind of reliant on Pryor and Rutherford last season. So Pemi Andraju is in. I think he's going to be a starter for us. 11 finishing, 11 heading. He's quite good at this level. His physicals are pretty good as well. 14 determination, 13 work rate. Absolutely love to see that. He's probably going to be playing as our deep line forward this season, and he's got some good attributes to go alongside that role. Next player in is a backup goalkeeper, Reggie Rose, who's another player that we managed to pick up on a free, was formerly at Brentford, never played any games for us. He played a few off-season for us in the non-competitives. He's okay. He's got a bit of potential about him. 2-star current ability, but he is a breakthrough prospect. He's going to be our backup to Harrison Folkes this season. Signing number 3 is Justin Hanks. This is a really good one. 21 years old, Welsh centre-back, 6'2", great heading, marking and tackling, makes good decisions, brave, decent composure, good aggression. We've managed to get him in as a fringe player because we have signed another centre-back as well. We've now got 4 absolutely solid centre-backs at this club. Was formerly of Nottingham Forest, released by them. We've managed to pick him up on a free. 3-star current ability, 4.5-star potential. Justin Hanks will do absolutely fantastic for us this season. More importantly as well, with Justin Hanks, he's got some good potential. Decent National League player as it stands, potentially EFL League 2 standard. All these young players, by the way, we have managed to get on a contract for a couple of years. So we're kind of building for this season and next season as it stands. Next player in is a central midfielder, Charlie Osborne, 20 years old once again. 3.5-star current ability, 5-star potential. He's going to play in this box-to-box kind of midfielder role for us. I think he's going to do really, really well. Good marking, decent passing, decent tackling. We have picked him up on a free from Bournemouth. Again, didn't make any appearances for them, but we've got him in on a free. He's here on a 2-year contract once again, 1.2k a week. I think he's going to be potentially pushing to be a starter in this starting 11. Next one in is Scott Hamilton. I really, really liked this signing. Again, he's young. He's 18 years old. We managed to get him in as an impact sub. 2.5-star current ability, 5-star potential. Another player who we've got in on a free from Nottingham Forest, from Northern Ireland. He's going to be a really good player. Of course, we've kept Pryor, we've kept Rutherford, we've got Adaraju and Scott Hamilton as well. We've got 4 very, very good and capable strikers at this level. Can't wait to use him. I think he's got a bit of potential about him as well in the coach report. Yeah, leading National League North and South player at the moment. So The coach says he's not quite ready for this level, but he is potentially EFL League 2 standard. I think he could go now. He's got some fantastic technicals. Mentals need a little bit of work here and there. Physicals are okay. He'd be the one that plays as the centre forward in sort of the Rutherford role as a backup. Now, our next player in is a loan player. Caden Voice plays at centre back. He is in on loan from Wolves for the rest of this season. 3-star current ability, 5-star potential. He's good. He's very, very good. I think he's going to really want some game time. This is his first loan. He's only 19 years old, not been out anywhere else as it stands. But yeah, Caden Voice comes in for a year on loan. And speaking of loans, the next couple of signings are loans, actually. Matthew Hayden, we needed something at right back. We've lost Brennan Camp. He's gone out to Scotland. We released Frankham as well, so we didn't have any right backs at the club. And this was actually an area where I struggled to find bodies. I really did. But Matthew Hayden, he is going to come in from Brighton and Hove Albion on loan for the season. He's got some really good attributes, especially in his technicals and his mentals. He's no slouch either. First loan, once again, 19 years old, comes into us for the season. And then another loan signing is Leo Uma. He comes in from Southampton. Again, he's only 18. The right-hand side was a place that I really struggled to recruit over the course of the summer when it came to right backs and right midfielders. Everywhere else seemed to be pretty okay. But Leo Uma, he is going to be our starting right winger this season. And I like the look of him. 3.5-star current ability, 5-star potential. He went from Chelsea to Southampton on a free in 24-25. Again, first loan, so he's going to be looking to make a real impact. So 2 more to go. Jake Adams. This is a gamble, this one. We got him in from Bournemouth FC, so not Bournemouth in the Premier League. Bournemouth FC. He's 23 years old. He's not played at this level before. He's played at like Southern Division 1, Wessex Premier. He's in as an emergency backup on that right wing, but there was a couple of things that I liked about him. I liked his crossing and his dribbling, good first touch. He's got a little bit of flair as well. I think he'll be okay for us on this right-hand side, but he's going to be in as a backup. He'll probably come off the bench a little bit, and we'll see. We'll see how he gets on. And then the final signing is another loan signing. This is Lamar Gordon. He comes in on loan from Leyton Orient for the season. He's going to play on the left. He's kind of going to be the backup to Denon Lewis on that left-hand side, who's another player that we also kept. He got 20-plus assists last season. But Lamar Gordon is going to come in on loan. He was on loan at Hemel Hempstead last season in our league, in the National League South. Didn't pull up any trees particularly. He made 35 starts, 4 goals, 4 assists. Nothing amazing, but we were struggling at this point in terms of bodies. So Lamar Gordon is in. He is our final signing. So with that, this is our squad for the season. I like it. I think we've got at least 2 players in every single area. The other one I did want to flag as well is Pabos Constantiano. So he came through our youth system. He came through our youth intake last year. We're training him as a right wing back. That'll be predominantly where he plays, and he's going to be the backup to Isaac Hayden, but he has got some serious interest in him at the moment. He's wanted by Wolves for a transfer. They've made about 5 offers for him or something like that. Nothing decent because he's only worth a little bit of money, but I think he's got some potential at this level. I think he's going to do okay. If we have a little look at his coach report, he's currently a National League North and South standard player, so he'll be okay for us as either an impact sub or just a general backup. But he has got the could improve a lot tag. Wolves, like I say, they put 5 offers in for him. The highest one was about £30,000. He's quite happy to stay. We managed to get him on a contract as well for the next 2 years. So he's definitely going to be sticking around, and we should see quite a lot of him this season. So with all the signings that we've made, this is the season preview. We are predicted to finish in 9th place. We're 10-1 as it stands in terms to win the league. In terms of the other teams around us that have been promoted, you've got Fylde, who must have come up from the National League North, Spennymoor, who also came up from that division, Bath City, who went up from our league through the playoffs. They are like rock bottom, predicted as nailed on to go down. Carlisle and Southend and Forest Green predicted to be the front runners. There's some much bigger clubs up here in this league than us. We've got nobody in the Dream 11. However, let me know what you guys think in the comments. I'm quite confident. I think that we're going to do all right this season. I think we'll tick along nicely, and we may even be able to sneak a playoff spot, but we'll see. I could be completely wrong. Today's opponents, though, first game of the season, we are playing Scunthorpe away. They are predicted to finish in 17th. They're 25-1 to win the league. Let's go and have a look at the team that we're going to put out there. So we're only putting 3 new signings in the starting 11 as it stands. I really want to try and give the lads a chance that got us promoted last season. So this is going to be the team that goes out there and faces Scunthorpe. So Harrison Folkes in goal. Hayden, the new signing, will play alongside Annesley, Story and Vincent at the back. Carter and Pybus, who had a really good connection towards the end of last season. We've got Uma on the right, Denon Lewis on the left, and Alfie Rutherford up front with the new signing, Adaraju. Let's get into this game against Scunthorpe, see how we get on. Fingers crossed that we can have a good start. There's also been quite a few updates to the game over the course of the last week or so, especially since I've been, doing the transfer window and stuff like that. So we'll see how the game runs. But yeah, like I say, I think that we're going to do okay. I think the main thing for me that I really wanted them to fix, we had multiple kit clashes last season. So I'm hoping that they've sorted that out. And first game of the season looks as though it'll be okay. We're playing in the black, Scunthorpe in the claret and blue. So let's see how we get on. But it's going to be an interesting year. I think that we've done okay as far as the transfer window is concerned. But you never know. Things look all right on paper, but then it's got to be transferred over to the pitch, hasn't it? That's the main thing. Right, here is Pybus into his partner Charlie Carter. Adaraju with his first highlight to Uma on this right-hand side. Are we going to get a good start for Alfie Rutherford? Here's Uma. I thought he was going to pull it back then. Gets it back to Carter, hits the top of the crossbar and out for a goal kick. Positive start for us. But Scunthorpe are going to be tricky opposition. I remember them being, a football league club. I remember them being a championship club, actually. Almost a good interception from Heyman. Emerson is there over the top of the bar. But yeah, I remember Scunthorpe being in the championship. I remember them being a strong League One and League Two club. So it's quite sad to see how far they've fallen. But hopefully for them, they are on the way back now. Here's Uma, the new signing. Ball over the top into Adaraju. Another new signing. 25 goals for him last season. Very impressive in the National League South. Hopefully he can hit the ground running once again. Uma's seeing a lot of the ball. Adaraju, almost scores in his debut, but almost hits the corner flag. Has that gone out for a throw or a goal kick? Not quite sure, but we've started off pretty well. We do keep giving it away at the back, though. Here's Diallo for Scunthorpe into Sheriff. Jeffrey is there. Great save by Folkes. But the defenders that we had last season, they will 100% get a chance with us, but they didn't totally convince me. Even in the National League South, we conceded some poor goals at times, and we've got to try and cut that out. That's why we've got those backups in there. Here's Alfie Rutherford, goes for a shot just wide. It's been quite an action-packed first half, but a very, very even game. We are more than matching Scunthorpe, which is a good sign. Here's Denon Lewis, tries to put one in. Looking for Uma. What a save by Rose. I thought that had gone in then. I genuinely thought that had gone in off the defender. But really good goalkeeping from the Scunthorpe goalkeeper. We made it to half-time. Look at this screen. So much more detail on here. Props to FM. They're really starting to improve things. We will, of course, look to see if there's any changes that we can make about an hour into the game. That's our usual go-to. But so far, everybody is everyone's looking okay, but we'll look to give a few players a bit of a chance off the bench. Right, let's make a couple of changes. Pybus on a 6.62 is doing okay, but let's have a little look at Charlie Osborne in that central midfield area. Adaraju's not having a great game, so let's take him off, and we're going to bring on Hamilton. Let's try Hamilton up top and see how he gets on. So a little bit of a team talk to them. 25 minutes to go. Let's see if we can find a winner. We've had more shots, not enough on target at this moment in time. Bit more possession, so we are hopeful. Here is Osborne, first touch of the ball. Carter in towards Hayden. It's going to take some of these players time to settle, but we're in no rush this season. I did forget to show you as well the board objectives as this ball comes into the box towards Rutherford. Oh, off the top of the crossbar again. Second time we've hit the crossbar. Umer flashes it wide. But the board just simply want us to try and avoid relegation this season. So I think we'll do that comfortably. I don't think there's any pressure on us whatsoever. Right, let's just make one more change. We'll take Vincent off. We'll bring on Sears. Give him a bit of a team talk, and then we'll also encourage the lads. Has anyone else kind of forgot about shouts? I just, they've added them back into the game. I've now become so used to not using them that I don't even bother using them at this moment in time. Right, can we get a late winner? 7 minutes left on the clock. Here's Hamilton. Manages to find Hayden on this right-hand side, gets himself into the box, has a shot. Good save, goalkeeper, once again. We are crawling to a 0-0 draw as it stands. Unless there is some late action. Story and Annesley been pretty solid for us today at the back. Big props to them. There's a nice ball out wide to Umer, who's on a 7 rating at the moment. Bit of a quieter second half than what he did the first half. Hayden does really well. Ball in towards Rutherford. Danger cleared. Scunthorpe knock it downfield, but we can build again. I think we've been the better side in this second half. There's a clearance away towards Jeffrey, and a little bit of a nothing highlight. 3 minutes of added time, and it does look like we're going to get one more chance. Here is Charlie Sears. Ball into the box towards Hamilton. Thought he was going to get his head on it there. We're definitely the better side going in towards the end of this game. Hayden once again. Carter. Back towards Hayden. Ball into the box. What has happened there? It's going to be a corner somehow. The keeper gets it completely wrong. But it looks as though after 3 minutes of stoppage time, we are walking off with a 0-0 draw in our first game in the National League. Do you know what? I'll take it. It was a decent performance. You know, it wasn't quite there in terms of the finishing, but do you know what? Pick up points away from home, win your home games, and you can't really go wrong. But guys, we will leave it there today. Thank you so much for watching. A positive start for us in terms of the National League. Let's have a little look at the fixture schedule. We've got some tough games coming up. We've got Crawley at home, Southend at home as well. I forgot about those. So we'll play a few more matches. We will come back at some point in September, maybe for the Tranmere game, and see how we are getting on. But guys, thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed it, please leave a like, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I'll see you in the next one very soon.